Howdy folks, Justin here, and today we're going to hop onto the ladder with not the Big Dumb Sorcerer deck, not the Scout deck, not the Battle Mage deck, Yellow-Bellied Goblins. I thought it would be funny if I hit Legend this season with an awful deck. So the list is on the left, you can see it's very straightforward. Somebody was asking me about my monk build. If you've been watching the channel for a while, you've probably seen the list, or the name of the deck when we were on this menu for pulling up a ranked match, so you probably have been wondering, if you are really paying attention to these sorts of things, I suppose, what the hell is Yellow-Bellied Goblins? Well, this is the Yellow-Bellied Goblins deck. It's a bunch of goblins, and it's some tokens creating cards, and it's an aggro deck. Time to try something different. So we're going to hop onto the ladder and see what we can do. We're currently sitting at rank 1. And the good news is, the good thing about this deck is that games are super fast. Whether you win or lose, it's pretty apparent pretty quickly. You know, you notice the deck pretty much curves out at 4. It has a Nasi and then Tazcad. You can steal a win with Tazcad, but it's pretty unlikely. And a Nasi is just gold in a meta full of Moonlight Werebats and Fighters Guild recruits. Not to mention, occasionally giving it charge is pretty hysterical as well. So, we were going to see what we can do. I played the Big Dumb Sorcerer deck to rank 1 this season. And I wanted to try something different, show you guys something different. Quite a few legendaries in the deck for a deck that's so kind of brainless. Descendant of Valkosh, Ungolem, and Anasi, and the Tazcad, of course. But I feel like most people who are starting to amass a reasonable sized collection at this point have Tazcad and have Ungolem, so not that difficult a list to throw together. Okay, we're playing against Adiv Azrael. Playing Warrior. That's cool. We have Goblins, and we have a Nasi. We're going to throw a Nasi back. And we have more Goblins. So let's do it. What is our opponent up to? Hopefully it's some kind of Hissgrove deck. Unless the deck is just all guard creatures, we usually do pretty well. Although not always. I mean, I've definitely been in situations where I have just lost out of the blue, right? Like, if it doesn't come together, it doesn't come together. But unlike control decks I like to play, if you do poorly with this deck, you've only lost like 2 or 3 minutes of your time. So Witch is kind of a sad follow-up card. You know, if he plays like Faroon Defender, obviously it's nice. Oh my god. Alright. Takes all kinds, I suppose. So next turn we have the choice of Imperial Reinforcements or Murkwater Skirmisher. Murkwater Skirmisher would give us quite a board already. And would let us follow up over here with the Imperial Reinforcements after he puts something over here. Maybe a Haunting Spirit is in our future. Alright, our opponent's going to try to race us. My hand being what it is, actually, I'm going to just do this. And I don't want this to die. I want to buff it with the Skirmisher, so I'm just putting it over there. I'm sure my opponent thinks I'm ridiculous, and we're about to get blown out with a Fireball, that thing that does 1 damage to every opposing creature. But if that happens, it happens. Obviously my opponent's playing some kind of Orc deck, but bow and bow. Alright. Cool. Let's rock and roll. House Kinsman. Hello. Yeah. Now, obviously, all games aren't going to be as one-sided as a match against an Orc deck might be, but you get the idea. I mean, it's fun. Kind of. Of course, I'm about to just suffer some sort of embarrassing defeat at the hands of some card I'm not familiar with, because I'm not really familiar with Orcs. Cast out. Alright. It still costs 1. I did not see that coming. Alright, keep getting breakthrough. The only prophecy in my deck is the cut price, I believe. Okay. So we don't have lethal in hand. I mean, if my opponent has some kind of... Do we have a way with lethal with the Kinsman? So we have 11, and we drop 2 Kinsmen, and we just win, right? There's no way we lose. I don't think there's any... Yeah, I think we're solid. And let's do the math real quick. Is there any way we can win this turn? There is! By the egg of fine battle. Actually, if he casts out one of these guys... Oh, no, we're still good. La la la. La la la. There you go. That is the Yellow-Bellied Goblins deck. It's actually one of the first decks I built after, in June when I was in closed beta after I built the Action Mage deck. So, yeah, there you go. Hope you enjoyed it. If you didn't, I totally don't blame you because this is the sort of deck that I think, I mean, it's sort of like losing the Zoolock in Hearthstone, right? It's just not, it's kind of soul crushing when you lose to a pile of goblins, but for those of you who are looking for something different than the grindy decks I usually play, this is Yellow-Bellied Goblins. I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.